All-Star.
We won the Earth game, now I'm ready for Mexico.
One more shot, he's just massacring Fnatic. 8-1-4 for the AD carry.
What a bloodbath.
Welcome to day 2 of All-Star Paris 2014. You are looking live at the Zenith de Paris with 37 of the world's best League of Legends players have decided to duel it out for battle. This is the arena where everybody is taking part. Fans are excited. Hey, that's Syndra. Got the Atlantean skin. That'll do. The Ice backstage. They're getting ready for their Hexakill match, which will be kicking off the day shortly. Eating shy. Of course, we will be moving on. Oh, there we go. North American MVP Bjergsen. Friendly and happy. Considering how well he carried yesterday, I think he has a right to be excited. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our continuing coverage of All-Star Paris 2014. My name is Trevor Quickshot Henry, and lending their expertise on our special All-Star Analyst desk is, of course, Martin DeFiscio Lunga. And also joining us are Christopher Monte Cristo Michaels, Mitch Crepo Forspals, and Mr. Tons of Damage himself, David Freak Turley. A reminder that we are broadcasting every single turret, every first blood, every wombo combo in 16 different languages across the globe as La Zenith acts as home to several international live broadcast crews. Delivering the French language coverage is Chips and Noir from O Gaming. On GameNet Champions casters are here representing Korea. Broadcasting via remote feed in Shanghai, our friends at the League of Legends Pro League. And of course, we have our own crew bringing you all the action. So let's send it over to the caster desk for a closer look inside the All-Star event.
Thank you very much, Quickshot. Hello, everyone. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and alongside me today is Joshua Jet Leedsman and Sam Kobe Hartman Kensler.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be the first time all three of us have been on a desk together, so I'm pretty excited.
Very excited. I had my baguette for breakfast. I'm ready to get into it.
Well, after yesterday's pulse-pounding matches, we have another full day ahead of us.
Yeah, we'll start the day off with a Hexakill match between the two challenge teams, bringing 6v6 action to Summoner's Rift. And who knows what our teams will do with that extra player. Jungle, top, 3 bottom? I don't know.
Who knows? Immediately following that, our second day of group stages will begin. In the All-Star Invitational, we will see, of course, all the games from this desk right here.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll be tackling all of the excitement beyond the Rift is our very own Shox over in the interview lounge.
Thank you very much, D-Man. I'm Evie Shox supporter, and I'll be talking with all the players and getting all the inside details here throughout the day. And now I'll be seeing you all soon enough. But for now, it's back to the gentlemen over at the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, everybody. Shox in particular. Let's get right into it with the latest news from our event, starting with the European League's Fnatic and Southeast Asia's Taipei Assassins, who both had a rough start to the group stage. They're both sitting at 0 and 2.
Yeah, for Fnatic, they have a habit of bouncing back after a bad day on the Rift, but today they will play the dominating SK Telecom T1K before they face off against T-Bay in the final match of the day.
Yeah, it's a difficult match. It could determine who advances to the playoffs. In the middle of the pack is North America's Cloud9, who ended the day with an even 1-1 performance.
They pulled Fnatic back after they got an early game lead and looked to be playing like the Cloud9 we actually used to seeing, which is no small task considering their mid laner shot caller was replaced by Link. But when facing the 2013 World Champions SKT T1K, simply seemed to be in Cloud9's heads, and they handed the Koreans an easy win.
A dominating win. SKT T1 looked commanding in that victory against Cloud9, and they ended the day sharing the top spot with OMG as both teams went 2-0. But the tie won't last for long, as these two juggernauts will be squaring off in our first invitational game of the day. Let's step back very quickly and actually talk about what stands out from yesterday's matches. I want to put this to the panel and kick it off with Monty.
I mean, obviously, coming in, the favorites were SK Telecom and OMG, and they continue to roll forward here. I'm really excited about the first match of the day. I think that Fnatic really needs to step up their game. They underperformed pretty severely yesterday, and I think it was quite disappointing. But Cloud9 doing all right, considering that they are lacking a key starter on that roster.
I think Link's rotations were particularly good.
They were. He learned from the best. What can I say?
Very good point though by Monty here. Fnatic, they really need to show they can bounce back after a very bad start, because all from Europe are counting on them to perform here, and we actually expected more from Fnatic, so I want to see them go in here, maybe not beat SK Telecom T1, but at least beat TPA, get into the playoffs then, and then show something in the semifinals.
Fnatic's notorious for dropping the ball day one, though, and then coming back in convincing fashion when everybody's giving up on them. Other than that, I really like what CLG is doing here with their 4 substitute players.
We'll have to see what they do. Free closing thoughts?
Yeah, so for me what stood out was the fact that I saw a number of players playing off their game, like playing worse than they should, because they've been pros for a while. The top laner of TPA, Achi, I think played really awkwardly and weirdly, and also Balls made a couple of really bad decisions where he like teleports to a turret and dies 1v2, and like you're used to playing in 1v2 lanes, like welcome to North American
well, you're not.
Legends.
They're 4v0 now.
4v0.
But even still, like he played in Season 3, right? So there's players who are making mistakes that are uncharacteristic, and I want to see those get fixed.
Yeah, we'll have to see if TPA can bounce back. And let's not forget, the Ultra Rapid Fire yesterday was quite dramatic as well. On the topic of that, yesterday the Ice and Fire Challenge teams did face off in that Ultra Rapid Fire match that was completely over the top. Team Fire did defeat Ice, netting themselves 2 points for the team. And today the action starts as the squads meet in a 6-on-6 hexakill match worth another 2 points. Their rosters will be rounded out by 2 former pros you voted on, which means Messiah will head to Team Ice, while Toys will join Team Fire.
And then we'll head into the second half of the group stage, beginning with SKT T1K versus OMG. That'll be followed by Cloud9 against Taipei Assassins, then Fnatic will take on SKT T1K. After that, Cloud9 faces OMG, and the final match of the day will be Taipei Assassins versus Fnatic.
Yeah, another fully stacked day of games. Right now, it is time to take a closer look at some of the plays that shaped these standings. So these are some of your hashtag All-Star big plays. First up, it is Piglet's kill of Meteos in SKT's Stomp. This came to us from Creative Vitality. He writes, "Ooh, Piglet, that flash." Monty, what did you think of that flash?
It was a pretty sexy flash. As we see coming in here, they're chasing after Meteos, and Piglet's coming in from the top lane. Flashes sideways. He knows he's going to be able to catch up with that passive anyway, so why not just flash sideways? Make sure you dodge the skill shot if you're going to have that movement speed bonus as it is.
Made it work. Right, next up is Bjergsen's triple kill in Ultra Rapid Fire. This came from let's try this. Karamandogu35. He writes, "The mechanics of God Bjergsen." Crepo, what do you think? Is he a god?
It was very ooh as well. So yeah, he's going, he kills one, but then I feel he gets distracted. He should have gone for the turret. I really feel he rotates out of the lane to go for that kill, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, he shifts in, kills him. I mean, I would have done that too. And then he's fighting Mad Life. I mean, I've killed Mad Life before, so I don't know. It's aight.
You sound a little bitter there, Crepo. You sound
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's salty.
Not at all. All right, finally, FLICKR landing the spear against OMG. This comes from @Ignatz. He writes, "The spear landing on Sun, giving Peke the double kill. It's like when Moses divided the Red Sea." Freak, break this one down for us.
Yeah, basically magic powers here, Peke. He's got good skill shot accuracy, so the fight starts, whatever, people backing off. But I actually kind of like this play right there because they managed to re-engage properly. The culling is really good as well. And you just kind of get the chase javelins. And then OMG decided that, it was going to be too close of a game otherwise, so they wanted to make sure they gave away some kills and made it look a little bit fair.
Yeah, it looked like they were commanded to part, as it were. Right now, I want to get your thoughts for our Twitter question of the day. And today we are asking you, which player impressed you the most on day one and why? Let's do this one in reverse order. Freak, who stands out as the brightest and shiniest from yesterday?
To me, actually, this will be weird, but I actually liked Wins because he came into the team new for TPA, played for Taipei Snipers. We know he's good, but he showed some glimmers of hope. He killed FLICKR a couple of times, and I got to say, that's that's a good way to start a competition.
I have to say, I don't think it sounds weird at all. I think Wynn's had an outstanding performance for this big stage. Of course, we saw him at Worlds as well, but I think it looks really good for TPA in the future when he continues to get some synergy.
Who is your player that stands out, Monty?
I mean, I got to give it to Bengi. You know, I kind of called him out yesterday for having some lackluster performance, but he really stepped up his game. We saw some of that old mid-jungle synergy that we used to talk about all the time, right, on SK Telecom T1K. So maybe this kind of challenge, this All-Star event, is what he needed to kind of find himself again in the jungle.
Personally, I think actually Sneaky from Cloud9 has been doing really well. And coming in here, playing SKT1K was very, very hard. And still on Twitch, he actually managed to sneak around. He even got a kill onto FLICKR, which he was very proud of, by the way. So I think actually he's been playing really well, and he continued the trend from NA.
And who sounds on your mind, Crepo?
Well, I was going to say Wins, but well, thank you very much. I really liked what he brought to the table in terms of ganks, and then they tried to shut FLICKR down. Didn't work. The obvious answer would be FLICKR, but let's just switch it up for Piglet this time. I really like what he did on Vayne. A lot of like nifty little tricks here and there, just sidestepping skill shots, knowing when to go in. One time he just seemingly randomly popped his ulti, and just people were like, what's he doing? I ended up chasing them 2 screens away with the backup from FLICKR. Good synergy, plays, well, yeah, hyper carries, and they did also well.
I have to highlight Alan, personally. I don't usually answer these ones on the desk, but Alan on Thresh was very impressive for me yesterday. Anyway, for those of you playing along at home, send your answers to us at LOL Esports. Use the hashtag AllStar for this one. We will check your answers and highlight some of our favorites later in the show. When you guys are done tweeting, head over to lolesports.com, where you can also vote on all of today's matches and see how your calls match up against ours. Just choose the winners and hit submit, and we'll check in throughout today's games.
And you can also decide the Super 1v1 match that will happen just before the finals tomorrow. Or Sunday, sorry. You pick the pro from Team Fire and the pro from Team Ice, who you most want to see battle it out. The player with the most votes will face off on Sunday, and the victor will get 3 points for that team. Just head over to vote.lolesports.com for all the info.
All right, we do have to take a very quick break, but when we return, the action gets underway with teams Ice and Fire taking to the Rift in our second challenge match of the All-Star event. It's a Hexakill battle. You see the players on your stage getting themselves ready, getting themselves connected, and about to take it all out against one another. Who will reign supreme? That's the question.